This is Strand Diagnostics Laboratory and Worldwide Headquarters, located in Indianapolis, Indiana. Strand Diagnostics is a comprehensive provider of DNA identity confirmation testing services for forensic, healthcare, and clinical research clients. Strand's lab develops DNA profiles from crime scene samples received from law enforcement agencies across the U.S. And, given its convenient location next to the FedEx Worldwide Hub, DNA profiles from medical samples ordered by physicians around the world can be processed immediately upon receipt. Upon entering the premises, Strand's forensic discipline is apparent given the multiple security checkpoints to even enter its lab. You might say that secure and accurate testing are in Strand's DNA.
Strand has been a forensic lab for a number of years, an accredited forensic lab with accreditations with the FBI and the quality assurance standards.
Because we started out as a forensic laboratory, all of our quality assurance processes were designed for the stringent requirements of a forensic laboratory. They are as high as any standards for any medical laboratory, and as such, obtaining our CLIA and New York accreditations was fairly routine.
When samples arrive at Strand's facility, a strict procedure of image capture and barcoding documents their receipt.
Samples that have an order to test associated with them are processed and fully accessioned and prepared to be sent to the laboratory for testing.
Forensic and medical samples are tested in separate labs within Strand's facility, so as to maintain the integrity of both types of samples.
The first thing that happens in the laboratory is the samples are photographed. So that way we have a documentation of exactly what we received, any labels that are on it, and that can prove really useful for our customers. There have been times when they might think, well, I sent you sample A, and we have the photograph to say, well, this is how it was labeled, and in fact it says sample B.
The samples are then set up to be extracted.
The swab reference samples have one extraction pathway, and the FFPE samples follow a separate extraction pathway. After the DNA has been extracted, it's amplified using PCR, and then it moves on to the detection systems. We use very sophisticated, state-of-the-art capillary electrophoresis equipment, which has been accredited by the FBI for developing DNA profiles.
DNA profiles are checked and compared in a separate area within the lab, the raw data combined with human expertise. This Level 1 comparative analysis is then rechecked and approved by our PhD level supervisors before final reports are generated. A client services team stands ready to talk with patients, physicians, and/or their staff about any questions they may have.
Strand Diagnostics really believes that the patient is the person in personalized medicine, so we try and make that number one on our list. Every time we get a phone call, every test that we do, we put that first.
The lab team does regular consults with healthcare professionals. Even the business office works to help patients to get their tests covered by insurance.
Our corporate goal is to ensure that all patients have access to our testing.
Everything we do, whether it's our laboratory department or our customer service client services department, back to the billing department, we feel that every patient is a VIP in our eyes.
No level of error is acceptable. There's a patient on the other side, and statistics may say 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000 doesn't mean anything, but for that one person, that means the world.
Strand Diagnostics, certified for excellence, state-of-the-art accredited lab facilities, dedicated to helping law enforcement solve crimes and helping laboratory professionals and physicians increase diagnostic accuracy.